Welcome back to another episode of Hearthstone Battlegrounds. We're going to be switching it up here with our new character. What are we looking for? These are both high armor characters, which suggests they're not very strong early game. What I'm thinking here, Galakrond's Greed is always pretty fun there. The Buddy doesn't really feel that great, but it could still be useful. And I do like the fact that we get to discover a higher 10 million with it. So we're going to give this a go here first. Go for Galakrond, see how we work with this character here. So we do have the highest armor of anybody in here at the moment. So the question becomes, how do I deal with this? And honestly, I'm thinking with our shell collectors, we can maybe do some funky stuff. So what I think we absolutely do, we pick up a shell collector, we play the shell collector, we play the coin, we play Galakrond's Greed, and then we start building this up higher and higher. I guess it doesn't really matter too much about which one this is. Now, next turn is also going to be interesting. How do we do this? Do we buy this, keep the coin, play this again? Because the main thing is I already want to be playing Galakrond's Greed every single turn, all the way up there basically. So the coins will help out a great deal. If we manage to triple our shell collector as well, that could mean that we possibly don't lose. Okay, so you've gone for the gold there. Interesting. So managed to draw that one. I do like that as an option. So we don't have and tear up just yet. I think, do we go for the shell collector? Let's just go for... Oh. It's tricky. What are you? You've got two beasts. So I think with you, you've also got the amalgam. There is a chance that we can draw with you, but the only way that we draw is with this one here. So let's take this. Let's freeze again. Let's crank this up one more time. 7 tier 3. Doesn't really matter again. We're really looking for that 5 or 6 7 tier. Now, you have two beasts similar to what we have there, the alley cat and the tabby cat. We know that for sure. Oh, no, hang on. Two beasts means that you could have... What's the other tier 1 beast? Maybe I go this way. Does it matter? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure. Two beasts. I can't remember whether that includes the amalgam. And it looks like it does. Okay, so we want to kill you first on the left-hand side. Otherwise we lose. No, hang on. That does not get buffed. Hang on. No, we wanted to kill the one on the right-hand side. Oh, my brain is mush. My brain is absolute mush.
We all hit some bumps now and then.
Did I not freeze that? Did I freeze beforehand and then not after? Am I a moron? Yes. But also that sucks. Okay. Well. It's pivot time. Oh my god. Okay, so I froze and then I teared up there that minion, which unfroze it because it became a different minion, which means that it was no longer kept around this side here. So that was a waste of 2 of our hero powers, 2 gold. And our gold that we had from here as well. So, not good, not good. What we hope to get this turn then, I guess, is that we get a couple Tavern Tier 2 minions. We maybe sell one, buy 2 Tavern Tier 2s, and then upgrade one to Tavern Tier 3. Now, I will admit that my brain is mush, and the reason behind that is that I'm just coming back off a bit of a stomach bug there, 24-hour bug. It was nasty stuff, honestly, I tell you. You know. Might be a bit too graphic if I explain exactly what was going on, but suffice it to say it was none too pleasant. Let's hope that we can take minimal damage here, and we kind of did. 2 to 3 damage. We could have taken less, but that's fine. You stayed on Tavern Tier 1 as well. That is what it is. You're getting close to a triple. Now,
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
hey, Scarlet Skull, Micro Mummy. I don't mind buying that and then tearing that up. So why don't we buy, sell this? No, we'll sell the alley cat actually. We go 1, we go 2, and then we tab and tear up the Scarlet Skull. This Macaw is a pretty fun one. We now freeze after doing that. But yes, I'm still not 100%, and that is part of the reason why, well, that's my excuse anyway as to why I didn't play that too optimally. In any case, let's try and do better now. Are you getting up the quick Tavern Tiers? No, you're not, so maybe you're not getting the gold that you were hoping to. You are going 3 beasts though. This is quite good starting damage. And we would love to get a triple here. That extra gold could come in handy with our Galakrond's Greed. We just need to make sure that, I mean, the fact that we're now getting this many turns later is pretty awful, but hey, who knows? We're not losing too badly though. We've only lost 1 fight. It's not the end of the world.
Nice folks. Great hats.
Alright. Well, a man over here also has taken a shell collector. We kind of need that one as well. Okay, we should be able to get out of this one pretty comfortably with a win, even better. And yeah, that was a comfortable win. Actually, that tabby cat having the extra attack actually helped out quite a bit there too. Good stuff. So you're dropping down the rankings. We're staying up near the top. And we'll go for Galakrond's Greed onto you. See what we aim. Doesn't really matter too much here, I don't think. Excuse me. What are we up against? We're up against Menagerist again. You've got 4 undead. You've Tavern tiered up, which means that we should possibly win against you anyway. But I think with the options that we've got presented in front of us, we're just going to go for our Poetic Pen Pal. Then we'll just throw a Rothhide Knoll at the end, or we could go for this. We could actually play this now, get this up to a Tavern tier 5, which I'm not completely opposed to, but I feel like that's kind of a waste until after we buy this. We might even just buy this, hold it in our hand, and not use it for a little bit. But anyway, let's not forget to freeze this time after having the Grease Spot at Tavern tier 4, which used to be a Tavern tier 6, didn't it? So that's really changed quite drastically. Rothhide Knoll at the end can be quite useful at taking out enemies right at the very end. You've gone for Tavern tier 3. You are also undead. You've also got your Amalgam, so that's going to start getting extra stats as well as the other Amalgam. And I really want to try actually the Curator at some point, because that would be quite a fun one if you start going for, oh, I don't know, you know, maybe if you've got Murlocs in here, Murlocs and Mechs, which we do have, you could Taunt, Poisonous Divine Shield them both, and then, you know, just buff them all up in one go. This is going to be a tricky one to win, if at all possible. So far the hits have been quite fortunate for us. That's okay as long as that one doesn't then go into there. Okay, now, wow, beautiful. Okay, what were the chances? We had a bigger chance to lose than win, but thankfully we managed to make it through anyway. We get our Apostle free now, which is quite nice. Go here. We will then Tavern tier this up. Do I? It's tricky. Do I go for the purchase now? No, I think I just go for this now. And I mean, Light Fang's good. We'll take the Light Fang, but again, we're looking to freeze. We will hold this. We will buy the Poetic Pen Pal. We've got 2 triple opportunities. We've got some cards that we can sell. Tabby Cat seems to be stealing all of the buffs. Obviously, we would like to get these on the field, but I don't really want to waste any gold, so this will help us reduce the cost of this a wee bit. We're up to Tavern tier 3. And this is honestly best when we have higher Tavern tier cards on the field, or on the board anyway, in Bob's Tavern. So we might look to hold this for a little bit later until after we get this. Obviously, we get to discover a minion with this one, so we will get a discoverable 6. And that might actually determine the build that we end up going for. So fingers crossed. And I'm actually surprised that we've not taken as much damage as we have, although part of that was due to the luck in some of our earlier fights there, I suppose. So our next opponent has gone for Naga as their build so far. 3 Naga, losing by quite a bit, although against some strong opponents there, as we can see with our mech player. So time will tell as how strong they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't make it. And that's kind of what I was wondering, or worried about, with a Lava Lurker that is quite strong, especially with the buffed up attack that it has. So I think we will lose this one. That's a horrible attack too. So we got some extra bonus out of that. It's probably about as... No, we could have gotten worse there, I feel like. So not as bad as it could have been. 10 to 12, and we took 11. That's okay. That's okay. Now I'm wondering, do we Tavern tier up? What does it cost? 7. Yeah, I think we do. So let's make this a 6, and let's see what we get. Like Murloc, Pirate or Naga Golden. None of that really appeals to me, and I don't think it will for quite some time. I think the Colossus of the Sun is the only real option for us. Let's then Tavern tier up. Let's then sell the Tabby Cat. Play the Poetic Pen Pal. Sell our Middle Tooth Leaper. And then play our Colossus of the Sun. Now, we're not currently getting any stats associated with it just yet, but now we hope that when we reroll next turn, we just get a whole bunch of 4s. Then those 4s can be rerolled into 5s. And even if we get a triple as well, that would be fantastic too. Actually, it'd be quite nice if we got a triple. Then we managed to get a brand from that triple. Then with that brand, we could turn those 4s into 6s, for example. Now that's quite a few big ifs there. So we'll see if that is indeed possible. But hey, a man can dream, can't he? I do wonder if it is worth tripling these. I think the best idea is going to be to get them individually. So we will sell this before the next one to come up. I hate Frog build. Hate Frog build. That's a good hit though. 7-8, that's not great though. We don't really want to kill this straight away. Kind of want to kill that later on. That's fine by us. That's fine by us too. Oh, we almost made it. Found unsupported cards. I wonder... Oh, the unsupported cards must be your built custom undead creation. So, can't see what our likelihood was of winning or losing that one, but obviously we did lose. I feel like we had a pretty high chance of losing that, unfortunately. See, this isn't bad. We do have 2 4s here. Do we upgrade these 4s now? I think that's probably the right course of action. Let's sell this. Let's upgrade our 4s now into 5s. What 5s do we get? We do get a Hungering Abomination, which isn't too bad, especially with this. I think we now upgrade this one to a 6. And I think in this case we just take the Gas Coiler. We do buy this. I think we also give the Gas Coiler Reborn. So we sell this, go here, here. Buy this one as well, honestly. Now we roll again. Do we get a triple? No triples, but we do get a Dr. Boombox, which honestly is pretty damn good. And I mean, I really want to get the Hungering Abomination on the field because it will work quite nicely. So you know what? We're going to sell this. I take the Boombox, or do I look for something? Do I get greedy, basically, is what I'm asking. Do have mechs. Mechs have quite a few Divine Shields. Maybe the Boombox is the right course of action. Was that the right play? I think so. A roll here didn't really help us that much, although Slayer Raptor might have helped us with more procs for this. The main thing is we want this to survive some time so that it gets quite a few of the Avenge procs on. So hopefully this dies beforehand. Hopefully these die before this. It would be better if we could, you know, taunt some of these up like this, and not this, I suppose, but give this more health. It'd just be horrible if we lose the Hungering Abomination in the first couple of attacks. Let's just put it that way. Okay, good to lose that one, and there we go. We did lose it in the first couple of attacks, just as I suspected. Get your Divine Shield back. That's going to be your last Divine Shield proc, though. The rest of these attacks have been, thus far, pretty good on our end. Ooh. Is that good for us, or is that bad for us? It's good for us. Okay, so we end up doing a wee bit of damage there in the end. We had a pretty good chance of winning. We actually had a chance of lethal. That just goes to show how unlucky we got there. 7 damage, 11 to 20 was the average there. Interesting, interesting. We do have another reanimating one here. Would love to go for another. You know what? Let's do this. Let's get 2 6s, shall we? So let's go here. We then roll this. We've got a 5 and a 5. We do have a brand. And you know what? I am going to buy that brand just for the reason that I was talking about beforehand. We then sell the Poetic Pen Pal. Now this triggers twice. So this also becomes a 6. What do we get? Okay, after you cast a spell... Ooh, we do also have this. More undeads. I don't hate this at all, actually. Do I buy this first and then sell some others? Let's see, we definitely sell this. We can then discover a Naga and see what we get. And nothing really that important here. So let's go here.
Onward, my nautical steed.
This is other Nagas. We don't really have Nagas at the moment, do we, other than this one? So I don't think we're going to be going for Nagas here. I think instead we maybe buy this one. But to do that we have to sell something else, which is not ideal. Maybe we just sell this. You know what? We play this here.
That'll do some damage.
We go like this. Do I care to freeze this? I think I do, because if I freeze this, then I can use my Galakrond's Greed to buff this into, or discover another Tavern Tier 6 minion. So, seems alright. This is actually also pretty damn good if we put it onto our Serena Blanchy. The main thing is maybe we just get some extra stats onto you. Undeads, mechs, Murlocs. There's a few different options that enemies have, and it's going to be difficult for us to actually win this. Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one too. Now the main thing is this one can't die in the first couple of attacks again, so do we get lucky? We are getting luckier. That's actually a pretty good time for that one to die. Getting extra buffs there. You've got another one of those? Bloody hell. Okay. Good news is that you didn't have that much space there for those to come out. Nice kill there again. Ooh, that's actually not too bad either. Getting quite lucky here, if I do say so myself. That wasn't as lucky as it could have been, and that's actually pretty horrendous. We don't lose by much. We had a high chance to lose though, but you know, considering how bad that could have been, I think we consider ourselves lucky that we only took 7 there, but it was a lot of fun there. We had quite a few avenge triggers, and unfortunately somebody is dead, so we can die at any point in time now.
How's it going out there?
Let's go for Discover an Naga, see what we get. Actually, all the minions sounds pretty good. Let's then turn this into a better tier 6. Better minions attack and health defense. Now that sounds pretty damn good for Sin Runner, so we're going to go for this.
For justice.
Lanchy. We then go for the Stoneborn. We roll again. Play this once more. We roll again. We can find better than that. We're really looking for some nice battle cries here. And that looks like the one that we end on there, which is the Menagerie. We sell this because, let's see, we have Undead Beast, we have a Beast, and we have Undeads there. So either sell this or this. We do have Murlocs, and we did talk about how we could get a Divine Shield one here. So I think we keep this. Sell here, play this,
Where you're going with this.
and that's not too bad there at all. So we pop this here, you come into play about here. We're facing up against beasts. My only concern here is a big cleave beast, honestly. So I think I go like this. Let's say that you've got, I can't remember the name of it now, but that big cleaver. You attack here, you kill these two. We want this one to die before this, of course. This has 21 health, or 21, yeah, health and attack, which now means that it survives a few attacks anyway. So hopefully this works out. We really just need some scaling, otherwise we could find ourselves in a sticky situation, as this guy gets pretty damn strong as time goes on.
You're doing
Alrighty,
great
so how do we
out there.
face up? Is this a frog build? It is a frog. Of course it's a frog build. Mention how much I hate frog builds. Now I am hoping that we're strong enough to be able to take care of them though, and not be too much of an issue for us. And so far we're pretty lucky with our attack order. And again, the main thing, that's not too bad, is letting this die and getting some good stats out of it. And this should survive. I can't imagine this takes too much damage along the way. That survives with 1 HP, fantastic. And the cleave wasn't a concern, but this is definitely going to die, which means that we have lots more things that could potentially avenge. And oh my god, look at these, spawning more and more things to die. Beautiful, beautiful. You'll love to see it. We probably won't have too much more that we lose though, so the avenge procs won't happen too much more. Would have been better if it hit one of those two, but hey, that was a very nice win, and oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Almost one-shot him. Almost one-shot him. We had a 4% chance of lethal. It was close.
Nice
It was
work,
close.
everybody.
Okay.
Keep up the pressure.
Let's Tevin tier up. Let's roll. Can't help but notice that there's no battle cries there. Let's... except for you, I suppose. Let's go for you. Tavern tier 6. What do we get? I mean, that's not bad. We could then just go for the stats instead. Gone for mechs. I think we do go for... Now I'm actually pretty tempted to go for Fell Stomper, if I'm being honest. That seems pretty interesting. Let's try this out. Let's sell you. Let's sell you. Hopefully it goes to... Alright. Play this here. And that seems like a decent order for me. Again, you've got mechs. There's a chance that you do have a cleave as well, so I think this is indeed the right order. We want this to die later on, not straight away, when this has died and maybe this has died as well. If we do lose this, and we do lose quite a bit of extra stat gain, but hey, I'm willing to give this a shot. I'm wondering if our Hungering Abomination is falling off a little bit, but thankfully our Gas Coiler is really keeping us in the game here, that's for sure. And if we get lucky again with our Death Rattles, then that'll certainly help too. Alright, so we know that their Sub-Scrubber is probably going to be pretty damn strong. Did manage to defeat the dead guy with 29 damage, but you did 11 damage to this guy beforehand, so... That's not to say that you are super strong, but we probably shouldn't write you off entirely. 29 health, how much are you attacking for? You are going to take out this guy in one hit, and then your second one is not going to. So you've got a few really big minions, and then after that it's kind of a little bit weaker, but... Again, we're just looking to make space for our Ghast Coiler. That's not, it's actually an alright hit. So now we want this to die. Oh, okay. Glad that this one didn't die. And now we're getting lots and lots of attack on all of these, and we should have a pretty comfortable win here ahead of us. And more stats. More stats on you is fantastic. Yeah, killed something else. Hit one of these, please. Oh, okay, that's alright. You should be dead. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm surprised at how strong we are, but again, this has the feelings of being strong, but then we just face up against somebody like the guy in first place, then we just lose, right? That's how it goes. You've changed away from beasts, which is interesting. We have an undead +2/+7. Let's do this one.
That's what
We will do it onto this. Lots of stats for you. Make another 6. Crippled, which is a bit scary. Cleave. Cleave's not bad. Because the undeads, we don't really have that many undeads, is the thinking. So, like, Sister Death Whisper isn't fantastic on her own. Wondering if just the cleave is the way to go. Really pivoted from, you've gone full undead, so you've pivoted away from the beast-based build. So let's take this one. Do we buy it though? I think so. I think so. We roll. Do we have another Bran? Is it worth buying? We could absolutely lose against you, but then again, you only dealt 8 damage to you. I feel like we're pretty comfortable buying this. Let's start off with the Foe Reaper at the start. If there are some low health ones, which often there are with Undead, although he does have 3 triples and he is an Undead base build, so he's probably got the Sister Death Whisper, which means that they won't have as much low health minions. Still worth trying out with the Foe Reaper first, and then we just go for these afterwards. And I do like our Sin Runner. Some extra stats there are pretty damn nice. Getting a triple brand could actually be quite nice too. And at some point might look to switch away from Fell Stomper, but I think for right now, it's doing us a good service here so far. And I think we have been quite fortunate with the order with which our Ghastcaller has died ahead of our Hungry Abomination and ahead of our Fell Stomper. So we have been quite lucky there. I think our positioning is pretty good for that as well, so I'll take partial credit for that. Thank you very much.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Okay, so we do have a poisonous enemy. Does not have Divine Shield though, thankfully. We've also got a Hungering Abomination. That is a good hit for us, I think. We have you coming back. You should survive another attack or 2. Okay, that's it. Now we need you to die before this. Okay, that's fine. 9 health. Good, good. I was going to say there are quite a few enemies that it could attack, these 2 in particular, where it wouldn't then die. We do lose that, but we did get some extra stats anyway. How are things looking at this stage of the battle? Not fantastic, and that's probably not the best one to hit, although we do kill that. Got that one. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And we get a gold out of this too. So as long as this survives and this dies... Okay, no, he survives with 1 HP now because we are tapping tier 5. That's a 6 minion, so... Unsupported cards, we don't know what our chance of killing him was, but I felt like we had a decent chance there anyway. You guys tie. Wow, you guys did tie. We do not have a Murloc, do we? So it's not worth taking the Primal Fin. Roll. Divine Shields aren't that important, so I think we just go for another 6. What 6 do we go for? 6 Naga, so you're going to be pretty strong there, aren't you? We do have quite a bit of variety in our characters here, so why don't we take the Manted Queen? We'll actually buy this.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Roll again. We have a Toxfin, but again, we don't have anything that really benefits that. Nothing for it to be put onto. And, yeah, nothing here really appeals to me all that much, so I'm wondering, do we sell our Foe Reaper? Get this out there, and I am honestly considering it, so I think we will. We go for this. Let's roll once more. Yeah, which probably should just taken, you know, bird in the hand and all that stuff. We'll roll once more. Titus. You know what? We're going for it. I don't know if this is really worth it, but I'm willing to give it a go. Now, you do have Naga. You shouldn't have a cleave, so I think putting this here should be safe. My concern is that we need all of these to die and clear space before this dies, otherwise we might not get the Reborn. I think the Reborn is really important. I'm wondering if this should be elsewhere. I'm thinking that maybe the Titus now wasn't the best course of action. Maybe I should put this up there. There we go. We're gonna. Okay, it did switch back. I didn't do it in time. Oof. This gets Wind Fury, Blind Shield. Oh my god, it does. Not that it really matters because most of the stats are in here. Yeah, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. Do we get... Okay, we don't get the other dude back because of the Titus. So again, I don't know if that was the right course of action. We are getting quite a few of these being summoned though. So our... Ooh, that's not bad. Our Titus there is working quite well in that regard. And actually, I think that was the right course of action. That's a good hit for us. And we win this. And we didn't get lucky. We got just what we deserved there, basically. So we do manage to knock you out. Up against ETC. Wow, ETC got knocked out by you. Wow, okay. Interesting. You probably have gotten quite a bit stronger over the last few combats, I suppose. So, is that a huge surprise? Not necessarily. Mind Shield Reborn. Do we just go for another gas coiler? I think we do. Now, if we could triple... No, do we care about tripling it? Probably not. But, what are we looking for? Great question. Taunt? We could taunt that up so it doesn't have this up. Why don't we go for this?
It's good to get some
We do want this to die, but it doesn't come back with taunt is the thing. We want this to die as well to clear up more space. Let's go here. That way it's more likely to get Divine Shield or something similar. Sell this. Roll. Roll again.
Go ahead and hire
Nothing that useful, so I think we go for... Which gas caller do we go for first? I think we go for this one, and then hopefully these die, and then this has space to also summon the reborn gas caller. So let's give this a go. We did make it into top 2 though, so this is already looking like a pretty good one for us. Now, you did do 35 damage to ETC, who was pretty weak, so I feel like you might have got some very, very strong ones in the last wee while. Gonna be a tough one, that's for sure. You are Tavern Tier 6, we're only 5. You've been 6 for quite some time. We've kind of gone for a semi-scammy build, but yeah, I don't know. It's working. It's working. Okay, what are we looking at? You do get Wind Fury, Divine Shield. Good attacks there. You're not getting extra space for those, which is great. Lanchy is dying, which is giving us extra stats. It survives that attack as well. I'm glad that I put you up front there, because if I put you up front, we wouldn't have had board space to summon the arse end of it too. That's not great. That is not great. What do we get out of this? Doesn't really matter. It's pretty weak. This is looking like a loss for us. Getting some good stats on you though. But the issue is going to be that, because we basically trade 1 for 1 on that one, and we're not going to be able to get outside of his stats, I don't think, for that, because he's dying, or he's losing as many creatures as me. And actually, he's got that resummoning itself so many times is quite scary. We do want to get lucky and kill some of you guys there, and I think we could absolutely lose this one if we get unlucky, and it's looking like we might. That's a good hit. Although, does it still have the... Yes, it does still have that. Yikes. Do we die here? 5, 6... I think we do. I think we do. Second place there, unfortunate. That's the issue I feel like with Putricide, is he can just scale so incredibly fast there in the back end, especially with the undead combinations or synergies that he can get going. But hey, second place. Second place Galakrond is actually pretty damn good. And we do continue with some extra quests. Progress there, which is fantastic. I just saw this as well. Don't know what that is. We'll see the Battle Buddy Galakrond. Thank you very much for watching there. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Hope to see you in the next episode. Hopefully we can get a win in here soon. It feels like every time that I go for a YouTube recording that I can't quite get the first place victory in. So we shall see, but hey, a good run nonetheless. Thank you all very much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now there, folks. See ya.